Last time on Wasteland Active Radio.
There's rumors going around that it's from the curse of Ezekiel Riverborn. Eventually, though, a man named Ezekiel Riverborn came to Fairbank with his family. The Riverborn family wrote the laws of Fairbank and enforced them with an iron fist.
Eventually, Ezekiel started getting more and more blatant with his abuse of the law, and people started to notice some weird tics about him. He'd stand at weird angles, slur his words, flip from calm to angry and back in an instant, and it seemed like he was going blind. What we weren't expecting was for Ezekiel to decide to sacrifice the whole town.
Ezekiel's youngest son was standing on the roof of the Riverborn's home throwing Molotovs, laughing maniacally and screaming nonsense the whole time. He burned down everything we'd ever known, but that gave us the distraction we needed to escape. I don't believe in the curse, but I can't deny that the murderer definitely opened some old wounds. Well, anyway, we're here. I can't believe you'd resort to name-calling. How old are you again? I thought you were older than me, but this is making me doubt that.
If you're gonna dig up shit from almost 10 years ago, then the rest is fair game.
It's unprofessional. You're supposed to be our leader, especially now that Phil is gone.
That's right, I'm your leader, and the amount of disrespect and disorder I'm seeing is only making things worse.
While I do enjoy seeing the sheriff being openly mocked, I must request that you both stop your bickering! I'm getting tired of these bindings in this cell, so I suggest you solve this case before I've decided that I've had enough of this injustice!
Shut the hell up! Need I remind you that I'm the one in charge here?
Just how confident are you in the structural integrity of this cell?
Try it. I dare you.
There's no need for that. Besides, Rita, we've still got a case on our hands.
Right, a case that has been tampered with.
If you hadn't been acting like a paranoid tyrant, we wouldn't have felt the need to use extreme measures to clear our names.
I may have been brought in here while drunk, but I have noticed quite a bit of questionable ethics. Also, I'm starting to feel very hungover. Could I get some water?
I have to admit, this is the fastest Crispy and I have been jailed. Well, at least as a group.
We pretty much woke up to being arrested. We haven't even had breakfast yet. That wasn't me.
Hello?
Will all of you shut the hell up? All right. Tammy, what did you find?
We know how the mayor was killed, how the killer got in and out, and how they managed to sneak up on Phil.
All right. Give me the details.
The killer got in through the courthouse. They probably broke the lock if it wasn't already busted. In the back of the courthouse, there was a well-hidden secret panel in the ceiling that leads to a hidden room behind the bookcase in Phil's office. They snuck in there with their supplies, waited until it was late and Phil was alone, opened the secret door and hit Phil on the back of the head to knock him unconscious before waterboarding him to death.
What's waterboarding?
Ask the girl in the cell.
All right, Ryder. What the hell is waterboarding?
I am not a raider. Stop calling me that.
Just tell me what you know.
Rita, lighten up. Please, tell her what you told me.
Fine. You pull a cloth down on someone's face while pouring water over it. The cloth blocks most of the water from being breathed in, but as long as their head is angled down and back, it'll feel like they're drowning. It may take a while, but the stress of it alone can kill you.
She's also the one who pointed out that Phil had been attacked from behind with a blunt object.
Probably with a hammer, considering the fracturing around the impact site.
How do you know all this?
The vault I grew up in was full of medical books. I read a lot. And the doc, A doctor that had been enslaved there taught me a lot, too.
In the vault, your mother invaded and enslaved. Of course, but a raider is still a raider.
I am not a raider. I may have grown up around raiders, and my mom was a raider boss, but I'm not a raider. I'm a doctor.
Rita, you can't just execute her.
I may not be able to convince the judge to skip a trial, but the people of Little Drink still remember what happened to us last year and everything they've done to this community over the past 9 years. We remember what your blood drinkers did to us. Let the trial happen. Let the judge and jury choose your fate.
That's the best we're gonna get out of you then. Oof.
Just like the rest of you. Don't think you'll get away with breaking our laws.
Warning. Emergency weather update.
What the hell?
Satellite scans show a low pressure front has moved into the area on winds traveling south by southwest. Heavy rains and lightning predicted for the next 14 hours.
Hey, you didn't say anything about this happening yesterday.
This unit predicts weather with 98% accuracy. This 2% anomaly only proves that all shall succumb to entropy.
Shit is really starting to come down. Hell, if I was a murderer, I'd be seeing this as damn good cover if I wanted to escape.
It's the curse! The River King is gonna let the murderer get away.
Shut the hell up, Saul. Tammy, Carter, and I will tell the rest of the guards to bump up the alert. Let them all know that the killer will likely try to use this moment to escape if they haven't already. If anybody sees anyone trying to escape, all guards have my permission to shoot to incapacitate. I want this bastard alive. Got it?
Yes, Sheriff.
Saul, get to the courthouse and dig up anything you can find on work being done in the courthouse and whoever did the work. Hell, if you can, try to dig up any blueprints on the courthouse and the office. Get Linda to help. Got it?
Yes, Sheriff.
Pat, I'm leaving you in charge of watching the prisoners. Do you think you can handle that?
Yes, Sheriff. I can.
Don't fuck this up again, Pat.
I won't let you down, Sheriff.
Good. Now everybody move out and stay vigilant.
Yes,
Sheriff.
As for you, clowns, if you try to escape again, we will shoot you. Don't think we won't.
Hey, Pat. Cold shoulder, huh? Can't say I blame you. Listen, I am genuinely sorry about what we did to you. It was dirty, we put your job at risk, and yeah, we screwed things up pretty badly. Sorry, Pat. Hey, how about to make up for it, I'll buy you dinner and a drink when we get out of here. How's that sound?
Do you really think the sheriff is gonna let you out anytime soon? You destroyed the bars in that cell's window, attacked and tied up a guard. We don't even know where your cuffs are, and you interfered in a murder investigation. The amount of crimes you've committed today are enough to keep you and your friends locked up for a long time.
Okay, fair.
Excuse me, Pat?
What?
Were you from Fairbank?
What? I mean, yes, I was. Why?
I'm just curious. Tammy told us about everything that happened there. What was it like living there as a ghoul?
Well, I wasn't a ghoul then.
Oh, really? How long have you been a ghoul?
I turned ghoul about 8 years ago. I used to be part of the scavenging parties. About an hour's walk north of here, there's the ruins of a super-duper mart. I was digging through the shelves when the floor gave out and I dropped into a pool of nuclear waste.
Damn. That would have been a shitty way to die. Why would there be nuclear waste under something like that?
It might have been an illegal dumping site before the war. We had more nuclear waste than we knew what to do with back then.
That makes sense. Especially considering all the dumping sites I've seen in my travels. Anyway, Pat, that was when you turned into a ghoul?
Yeah, it was awful. The rest of the scav party thought I'd died and left me. I scared the hell out of everyone when I came back to Little Drink. They thought I would have gone feral, considering how much radiation I took at once. But I guess that's not how it works. As for your original question, I'm glad I wasn't a ghoul back in Fairbank. The Riverborns called ghouls unclean and had them executed and buried in unmarked graves. Didn't want to poison the River King.
That's awful. Well, I'm glad you made it out of there. Both Fairbank and the Super Duper Mart.
Oh, well, thank you. Wait, you better not be trying to trick me again.
No, I was just curious about your perspective on what happened in Fairbank. I don't want to get you fired, but I do have one more question.
All right, but make it quick.
Do you believe in the curse?
The curse? No, never. There are a lot of people here who do, though.
Weak-minded simpletons and their superstitions.
It isn't easy to recover from 40 years of trauma. The scars the Riverborn family gave us won't heal easily and still burn when it rains. No matter how much time passes, the people of Little Drink still fear the rain.
Can't really blame them. Getting trapped in a cult like that, especially long enough to have kids grow up knowing nothing else, it would traumatize anybody.
The cult is gone. Curses aren't real. And you've all built a new life worth being proud of. Letting yourselves be weighed down by illogical limitations is squandering what you've done.
Maybe so, but healing takes time. Maybe if we can catch the killer, we can finally, truly put Fairbank behind us.
So, do you think that maybe the killer is someone still loyal to the Riverborn family?
That does make sense. Although, we won't know until we catch them.
You're right about that. By the way, Johnny, Siobhan, nice impromptu interview.
Was that a compliment? That was a compliment, right?
It was. Thanks, Crispy.
All right. Thanks. I guess.
I hope the sheriff catches the killer soon.
And I hope we catch a break. I'm sick of this cell.
For once, I can agree with you, whelp.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty tired too. It's been a long day.
May as well try and get some shut-eye, right? Wasteland Active Radio is brought to you by the following sponsors. Little Fisher's Fish Market. Little Fisher's Fish Market, located in Linwood, brings you the freshest fish in all the Midwest. Both sourced from local rivers and imported from the East Coast to our market, and from our market to your table. As of June 2nd, 2076, Little Fisher's Fish Market will have served their community for 10 years. Little Fisher's Fish Market will be celebrating its 10th anniversary this Tuesday with a special in all locally sourced fish, like bass, catfish, and trout. All fish marked for the anniversary sale will be 10% off in celebration of Little Fisher's Fish Market's 10th anniversary. These deals will last as long as supplies do, so don't wait. Come on down to Little Fisher's Fish Market today, located on Main Street next to the pharmacy. I was never really a fan of seafood. Fish always tasted a little off, and shellfish just makes me think of bugs. Don't get me wrong, these days I'll eat anything edible, and I've eaten plenty of dubious things over the years. But old world seafood just... I didn't like it. That being said, I actually really like the taste of Mirelurk when it's been breaded and fried. Mirelurk legs with Brahmin butter? Sign me up. There's all kinds of critters you can chow down on in the Wastelands. If you can stomach it, that is. Wasteland Active Radio is also brought to you by, okay, this is gonna sound kind of weird, but have any of you seen a dog working as a merchant before? I know it sounds crazy, trust me, I know. But today's episode is brought to you by the Raven the Dog's Caravan. Do you need half-chewed-on meat? Bones? Dog food cans that have been gnawed on but remain intact? Well then, Raven the Dog's Caravan may be just what you need. Owned and operated by Raven. The dog is the first caravan, to my knowledge, owned 100% by a real-life, living, breathing dog. For however many days Raven is in Station Hill, you can find your pet and meat needs filled by Raven, the dog. His prices are fair and his attitude is honestly wonderful. So come on down to Station Hill to visit Raven, the dog. Okay, I know what you're thinking. Is this really a caravan run by a dog? And the answer is yes. Yes, that's right, dear listeners. This is a trading caravan run completely by just a normal-ass dog. Like, he's not even one of those cyber dogs from Denver. He's just some kind of mutt. His prices are pretty fair, and he clearly has some sort of concept of currency and value because one of the locals tried to trade a gun for 1 cap, and Raven just straight up bit him. 138 caps later, and Raven let the gun and the guy go. Who knew that even dogs weren't safe from the lures of capitalism? Regardless, Raven's stock is pretty decent and well-priced, all things considered. And he is, in fact, a very good boy. Moving on. Wasteland Active Radio is also brought to you by the Stony Brook Settlement. Yeah, that's right. A settlement paid for an advertisement. Stony Brook, located about 30 miles east of Station Hill, is an up-and-coming settlement in the lovely Ash Flats. Featuring a sturdy wall, a clean well, stable and affordable housing, and a small but dedicated team of guards, Stony Brook is perfect for anyone looking to start life anew. Founded in the remains of an old suburb, Stony Brook was founded by Mr. Stoney and Mr. Brook, the mayors/co-mayors of Stony Brook, who aim to create a safe and welcoming environment for what they call alternative couples. If you're seeking refuge from an unwelcoming wasteland, then maybe Stony Brook is right for you. Stony Brook sent a messenger over a few days ago. It was sort of a welcome to the neighborhood kind of thing. Sterling is working on a trade deal with them, since they have a pretty good supply of medicine and textiles, something we've been short on for a bit now. In exchange, they get some of our produce and water. Pretty decent trade if you ask me. Whole place seems pretty welcoming, has that old world, Midwest, so friendly and suspicious kind of vibe. I spent a lot of time bumming around and I've met people like them before, and that's just the kind of friendly they are. Regardless, Sterling thought it would be a good idea to put an ad out for them, so they can build up their own population, and we can strengthen our bond with their neighbors. I just hope Macklin and his army don't circle around and attack them before going after us. Anyway, Wasteland Active.
All right, everybody wake up. It's time for breakfast.
Hello?
Shut up. 5 more minutes.
Ow, man, my neck. Oh, I must have slept on it funny. Sterling, your shins are terrible pillows.
I've been awake for an hour already. If I'd have known you were uncomfortable, I would have kicked you off.
It's been amusing watching him debate whether or not he should wake you. Is the blood returning to your feet yet, Major?
Just about.
Good morning, everybody. Hope you all slept well.
Gross. How can you just wake up and be awake? No coffee or anything?
I'm a light sleeper.
And a morning person. He's practically solar-powered. It's the only part of Johnny that annoys me.
Here's your food. Nutrient bars and water.
Wow, I haven't had a nutrient bar since before I left my home vault. This isn't a Vault-Tec nutrient bar.
Is that a problem?
Not at all. This actually tastes good.
Sheriff, what happened?
Saul, get me a towel.
What happened, Sheriff?
Listen up, prisoners. I've got good news and bad news. Good news is we found the murderer.
Yes! Who was it?
Marcus Masterson, a local carpenter.
Marcus? Really? But why would he want to kill the mayor?
Why else? He was still loyal to the Riverborns. Saul found the records for the repairs done on the courthouse. We followed the names of the workers until we got to Marcus's house just after sunset. Someone or something must have clued him off because he was gone before we got there.
So you just let him get away?
Stuff it, Muty. Guards on the south gate saw someone jump from the wall. They rallied the guards and informed me of what happened, and we gave chase.
He gave us a run for our money, definitely. Shame we didn't catch him.
Ah, hell. How'd he get away?
He had one hell of a head start, and with the rain and the darkness, none of us were able to get a clear shot at him. We chased him to the Red Wash, had him cornered at the rapids. He started going on and on about how the River King guided his hand to carry out the curse put on us heretics and our false leaders.
He went on for a while. Heretics this and punishment that. Openly admitted to killing both Phil and Meron.
Seemed pretty damn proud about it, too. One of ours got a shot off and hit Marcus in the leg. It didn't matter, though. As we were closing in on him, Marcus jumped into the Red Wash and got swept away in the rapids.
Damn. That crazy bastard.
We spent a couple of hours trying to fish him out, but it didn't matter. He'd already disappeared. I've got a group of guards searching up and down the Red Wash looking for his corpse.
Do you really think he's dead?
With the way the rapids were flowing, I'd be surprised to see anything jump in and walk back out. He has to be dead, but regardless. That's all there is to the bad news. As for the rest of you, considering that Marcus admitted to the murders, I can't, in good conscience, keep you detained for the murder of Mayor Phil. All of you are no longer suspects in the murder of Mayor Philip Marshall.
Thank
All
goodness.
right.
It's
Hello.
about time.
You said it.
Don't celebrate yet, guys.
You're all cleared on the murder charge. However, you'll all be staying in those cells until the judge determines your sentences.
What? On what grounds?
Destruction of town property, conspiracy to commit a jailbreak, escaping from jail, aiding and abetting a jailbreak, interfering with a murder investigation, assault and illegal detainment of an officer of the law, trespassing, public intoxication, and public urination.
Oh, right. Wait, public urination?
Sorry. Hello.
Once I've dried off and got a change of clothes, we're going to present your case to Judge Bob Carlson. You'll be assigned a public defender for the trial, and they'll help you put together a defense before your court date. You'll be given a fair trial in front of a jury of Little Drink's residents.
I can't help but doubt the validity of what you call a fair trial, considering the prejudice you've showed toward us, especially me and the Raider brat.
Quit calling me a raider, damn it!
Don't interrupt! If the rest of this town is anything like you, then this trial will simply be a farce, a pretense of fairness when you've already decided our fate.
Most of the people in Little Drink are more tolerant to outsiders than I am. If it were up to me, I'd have most of you hanged.
Rita, you're supposed to set an example for the people of Little Drink.
I'd rather make an example of those who refuse to follow the law.
You're starting to sound like Ezekiel.
Don't compare me to that monster.
Then stop acting like him.
Sheriff, I brought you a towel.
Give me that. Thanks. I've got one more job for you before you clock out, Saul.
Oh, great. I mean, what is it, Sheriff?
Pat, give Saul the paperwork for these idiots.
On it.
Saul, deliver the papers to the judge's office. Then you can go home.
Yes, Sheriff. Thank you, Sheriff.
Here you go, Saul.
Thanks, Pat.
If any of you start thinking you could break out again, don't bother. We may have underestimated you the first time, but we won't make the same mistake twice.
Sorry, guys. She is right, though. If you try breaking out again, you won't make it far. The guards won't wait for you to explain yourselves either.
No doubt they'll shoot us on sight. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Then they better aim for the head.
Hey, Tammy. What do you think the odds of us getting a fair trial are? Like, an actual fair trial?
No need to worry. Our public defender is great. Mr. Page has been practicing law for 30 years. He moved in a few years ago, but he's proven himself as a reliable lawyer. As for the jury, well, with everything that's happened these past 2 days, the jury is probably going to be on edge. Regardless, whether they decide you're guilty or innocent, it'll be up to the judge to decide on the punishment.
That's not very reassuring.
I understand. The whole situation is a mess. Either way, I wish you all good luck in your trial.
Thanks, Tammy.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you'll excuse me, I'm soaked to the bone.
Okay, before we go to court, we need to get our story straight. Let's make sure everyone is on the same page.
Crispy, listen. We're not gonna get through this by just piling on the lies. We need to tell the truth. Just tell them everything.
I agree. We've tried your deceitful ways and look where it's gotten us. Lying is only going to worsen our situation.
You just don't want to lie because you're bad at it.
I am a perfectly adequate liar. For instance, I successfully deceived those Wire Clan degenerates and collected the robot without incident.
Don't think I haven't listened back to those tapes. I don't know how it stayed on, but your microphone recorded the whole thing.
I'm honestly impressed that the recording module I installed in Bucket was able to pick up your signal as clearly as it did.
I'm surprised it didn't run out of tapes. Either way, Atlas, you got through by the skin of your teeth and the luck of running into a bunch of distracted evil Johnnies. Sorry, Johnny.
Taking into account weather variables, carry the 4, equals 42. Sorry, did you ask something?
Don't worry about it.
Regardless, while I, and most certainly you, are capable of deception, I'm skeptical on whether or not Jonathan is even capable of lying. As for the Raider whelp, she can't even keep her parentage a secret.
Shut the hell up before I shut you up, asshole.
If I and that wretched sheriff can so easily aggravate her, what makes you think this barbaric child can keep her temper in check while testifying?
I'm not going to lie. The first thing they're gonna let the jury know about me is who my mother was. There isn't a point in lying about what we did yesterday either.
Wait, didn't the sheriff say she wanted to have you executed? What if the judge agrees?
I'm not my mom. Don't get me wrong. I have killed people. But no one who wasn't already trying to kill me or worse. I'm not just gonna let someone kill me. But this. If they want to kill me for something I never did, and the whole town is just gonna go along with it, then maybe I don't want to live in a world like that.
I'm sorry, but I've seen how most settlements deal with criminals. Crispy, you've been around long enough. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Wasteland justice. Quickest way to deal with criminals? Kill them. I've seen plenty of places that hold their trials on gallows and in front of firing lines. Most end with an execution.
Exactly. There is a very real chance that we might all get executed for our crimes. This place has seemed pretty civil, but, well, with everything that's happened and the sheriff's attitude, I'm not exactly brimming with confidence.
I'm sorry. We should have split up at Fairbank.
I don't think that would have changed much.
But
The sheriff is already suspicious of us, especially Atlas. With the mayor getting murdered the day after we arrived in town, I know the sheriff still would have had us arrested. In the end, it's us, all of us, getting judged by this town. We stick together, right, everybody?
Absolutely.
It's the Dashwood way.
The rest of you best not weigh me down.
Hello.
So, what do you say, kid?
Oh, but what if?
We can't get caught up on what could have happened. What's done is done. And honestly, I wouldn't change much about how we did it.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do this.
However, if they sentence us to death, I refuse to let them kill me. If they do manage to kill me, I'm going to take as many of them with me as I can before I die.
I should take that into account too.
Atlas, Maybe don't say that so loud. I'd rather not have to fight my way out of here, but if it comes down to it, we'll need every advantage we can get. The element of surprise being one such advantage.
Sterling's right. Keep it down. And Johnny, what are you talking about?
Just calculating our chances. Give me a minute.
Fair point. Either way, I'm not too keen on dying either. Should come up with a plan just in case things go south.
Agreed. Atlas, you're probably gonna be their main target. No offense, but you're probably the most physically powerful out of all of us and the most imposing.
No offense taken. I was about to suggest the same. Breaking my bindings will be the first obstacle I must overcome. I've been looking at them overnight, and while these chains are quite thick and well maintained, if I can weaken one link enough to break it, then I should be able to escape and utilize the chain as a tool or weapon if need be.
That's great news. For you. As for the rest of us, what are we gonna do? I mean, Johnny only has one arm, so they aren't really bothering to cuff him, so that's pretty much solved. As for me, I suppose I could use my trick shoulder to get my hands in front of me, but I'd be useless for a couple of minutes. That's also assuming they bind my hands behind my back.
Huh? Trick shoulder? What's that?
I can pop my shoulder out of its socket and pull my hands in front of me. Birth defect, same as my flat feet.
Ugh. Gnarly. That gives me an idea, though. I think I might be able to dislocate my thumb enough to slip out of these cuffs. It would free up my hands, but it would hurt like hell.
Where do we go from there?
Well, we'd have the element of surprise. From there, we have to worry about the guard shooting us.
Hello?
Yeah, but how are you gonna get a gun?
Hello?
I don't imagine the guards would want to risk shooting their own citizens if we run through any crowd they gather.
No. Absolutely not.
Agreed. I don't want to die, but I don't want to get anyone killed on the way out.
It would be easier, yeah. But if this nose-picking dickhead thinks it's a good idea, it definitely isn't.
A raider that doesn't want to kill. How quaint.
A super mutant that wants to use humans as meat shields. It's gonna be hard to eat around the bullets they get filled with, but I don't think you'd notice.
Why you...
Okay, that's enough. Focus. Johnny, you got any input? You've been quiet.
We're not going to make it.
Aw, come on, Johnny. We've been in worse.
Yeah, we have. In those situations, though, it was just you and me, and occasionally one of my robots. With this group, our individual talents can certainly take us far, but luck and skill can be easily overcome by enough bullets.
Even if we use my tactic?
It raises our chances by a decent amount, but that's still not guaranteed, and honestly, would any of you actually use the crowd as a shield?
No. I'm not doing anything like that again.
Guys, we can't let a few obstacles get in our way, and I don't mean the people. Keep your chins up, everybody.
If they give us a day after the trial, we may have a chance of breaking out. However, they know what we can do, and will definitely take precautions to prevent our escape. The sheriff already said as much. Even if we get out of here, getting out of Little Drink doesn't seem possible. If, however, they immediately take us from the courthouse to the execution, then our chances of surviving are less than 1%.
Guys, look out the window.
They have guards posted right outside the windows.
And they're all facing us. Howdy.
How long have you been there?
Long enough to hear you whispering up a plan.
So you heard
Everything, yeah.
Have a nice day.
You too?
That was... highly unfortunate.
Do you see what I mean?
So, what if they don't sentence all their criminals to death? What are our chances then?
Significantly higher.
Well, Guess we pray for that.
Fingers crossed. May as well get comfortable. We're gonna be in here for a while, I guess.
I wish they would provide something to help pass the time. Like books. I'd even settle for a trashy magazine.
Trashy? Is that what they call where you're from?
What are you implying?
Oh, nothing. You would have loved the secret room in the mayor's office.
What? Why?
Plenty of trashy magazines in there, though I don't think Atlas is into humans that way.
I'll ask once more. What are you two implying? What was in the mayor's secret room? Jonathan, you were there. What did they find?
Oh, right. A bunch of magazines full of naked people. I think Crispy told me that it's called porn.
Oh, I would never subject myself to such filth. Not even when suffering from boredom. Why must you two constantly be so foul?
Because it's fun.
Yep. That pretty much sums it up. By the way, mind showing me how that trick shoulder works?
Hell, why not?
Well, be as foul as you wish. At least two of you can show some decorum. Jonathan, Major, perhaps we could pass the time with some more intelligent activities.
Oh! We could take turns looking for objects within sight that correspond with prime numbers and see how high we can get. I'll start. I see one typewriter. Who wants to go next? Atlas? Major?
I think I'm a little out of my depth on that front, Johnny.
Perhaps we should come up with a different activity.
Aw. Okay then.
And just like that, I've dislocated my shoulder. Ta-da!
Oh, gross. Hey, Johnny, want to learn how to pop a shoulder joint back into place?
Sure.
I guess it's just you and I now, Major. Do you read much?
Oh, well, it's been a while, but I did read a few books quite a bit some years ago. Life kind of got in the way, and I haven't been able to read much since.
Is that so? What books did you read?
Well, I read the Bible through a few times.
Oh, a book of superstitions. Anything else?
I read Wuthering Heights as well. It's a great book.
Bronte? I can't believe you could stomach such drivel.
I don't know, Atlas. I thought it was pretty good.
What about Austen? Bronte's work is a pale shadow of Jane Austen's. Have you read any books by her? Pride and Prejudice? Sense and Sensibility? Mansfield Park?
None of that rings a bell.
See? Even with one arm, you managed to pop it back in. Good shit.
Really? Thanks.
Yep. Good work, Johnny. Ow.
Hey, do you mind doing that again? I've had my shoulder get dislocated before, and I'd rather not be down an arm in the middle of a fight. Could you teach me how to fix something like that?
Yeah, why not?
Wait, don't I get a say in this? Ah! Come on!
Hey, keep it down in there.
Fine. I'll just converse with the robot. At least it knows Nietzsche and Kafka. Bucket, activate.
Activating. Awaiting instructions.
All right, robot. What do you know of Friedrich Nietzsche?
Searching for Friedrich Nietzsche. Please wait. 0 results found.
What? How are you capable of quoting something you have no information on?
Because I'm not your plaything when you get bored. Learn to entertain yourself. Entering power saving mode, shutting down unnecessary functions. Have a nice day.
Hello.
What, simpleton?
Hello, hello, hello.
Rock, paper, scissors? Well, better than doing nothing, I suppose.
Hello. Hello. Hello, hello. Hello, 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 hello. Hello?
Right, I've got it.
Hello.
Rock,
Hello,
paper,
hello,
scissors,
hello.
shoot!
Hello.
Blast it all. Best out of 3.
Hello,
Rock,
hello,
paper,
hello,
scissors,
hello.
shoot! How?
Hello.
Best of 5.
Wasteland Active Radio is created, written, and produced by Hagen and J Wilson, brought to you by the Record Button. The roles of Crispy, Bucket, and Little Drink guards Saul and Mack are played by J Wilson. The roles of Atlas, Dave, Sterling, and Little Drink guard Pat are played by Z. Hagen. The role of Johnny is played by B. Sewick, and the role of Siobhan is played by B. Egesdal. Special thanks to our guests this week: H. Wilson as Tammy, A. Wilson as Sheriff Rita, and Meron J. M. as Little Drink Guard Carter. Wasteland Active Radio is set in the Fallout video game universe owned by ZeniMax Media and Bethesda Softworks. No copyright infringement is intended. Please support the official release. And for those who don't know, we have a merch store. Please visit our website at wastelandactiveradio.com and follow the store tab for more information. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you for your continued support.
Jeez, we've been in here for how long now?
2,137 minutes and 13 seconds.
Ugh. Could we get that in hours?
35 hours, 37 minutes, and 13 seconds.
Great. You know, there used to be laws about how long you can keep people in jail.
We have those too. You would have had 28 days left if we hadn't just set your court date.
A date has been set. Well, when is it?
A week from now. Before that, you'll be meeting with your public defender, Mr. Page. I'm also legally required to tell you that your bail is posted at 500 caps each.
So we're stuck in here for an entire week? Absolutely brilliant.
At least I don't have to share a cell with that jackass. Things could definitely be worse. Huh? Oh no.
Huh? What's wrong?
Hey, Pat. Could you come here for a second?
Do you really think I'm gonna fall for that a second time?
What? No. I need to go.
You got money for bail?
Not that.
Then what do you need?
I need... Just come closer. I don't want to say it out loud.
This is as close as I'm getting.
You're killing me here. I need to... Oh, should tell me what?
I didn't catch that.
Please. I need to. I have to. Just tell me the one thing.
Hey, you alright, kid?
Is it a health issue? Do you need medicine?
No, the flows.
Wait. Do you have...
For fuck's sake, Pat! I need to use the
Okay. You've got a perfectly functional toilet in your cell. Just use it.
Is that it? It's still clean. Mostly.
Wait a minute. Hey, Pat. You're not seeing a privacy problem here?
What are you even... Oh, right. Okay, this is an easy fix.
Oh, thank God. I promise. Whatever bathroom you take me to, I'll be in and out in...
All right, all of you face me while she... goes.
Say what?
Well, I can't let you out. This is the best I can do. Just make it quick. For your own sake.
Hello?
Just get over here, Dave.
This must be incredibly humiliating for you.
Keep your eyes forward, you pervert piece of shit!
Between you and that foul wretch Houndstooth, I don't know which is worse.
Let's just turn this off for now.
Hello. Well, that's over. Feeling better?
Yeah.
Well, according to that clock over there, you were right on the money with 5 minutes.
Feeling uncomfortable? I now understand those morning walks you would take while we traveled here.
Shut the hell up, asshole!
It's a perfectly normal biological function. There's no reason to be embarrassed.
Thanks. I think.
Okay, grow up, everybody. Jesus.
Wait, I think I may have misread the situation. What just...
If we make it out of this alive, we never talk about this. Ever. Again. Got it?
We've got another week in here. It's not like you can just...
Never